You're listening to Faith, Stewardship, and Insurance, Protecting Texas Churches. The show that gives pastors and church leaders the clarity they need to protect their people, property, and ministry.
Welcome back to Faith, Stewardship, and Insurance, Protecting Texas Churches. I'm your host, Ron Wadley with Insurance for Texans. We help church leaders protect their people, property, and purpose with clarity and confidence. We're continuing our series, Things Churches Don't Think About Until It's Too Late. Today, we're talking about something almost every church uses, but few really understand, which is church auto insurance. Whether it's a van for youth trips, a bus for seniors, or staff cars for ministry, your church has vehicles on the road. And without the right coverage, one accident could derail your ministry fast. Art volunteers at his church in Lubbock and often drives the church van. One afternoon, while running errands before a youth retreat, he was in a fender-bender. Thankfully, no one was hurt, but the other driver didn't have insurance. Now the van was damaged, the retreat was coming up, and Art's church had one big question. Will our insurance cover this? That's a question every Texas church should ask before handing over the keys. If your church owns a vehicle, it needs commercial auto insurance, not personal coverage. Personal auto policies do not apply to church-owned vehicles. A proper commercial policy includes three things: liability coverage for injuries or property damage if your driver's at fault, comprehensive coverage for theft, hail, or vandalism, and collision coverage for repairs after an at-fault accident. Art's church had all three, but what really saved them was a coverage many churches overlook. It's called Uninsured and Underinsured Motorist coverage. In Texas, many drivers have little or no insurance. Without this coverage, your church could pay for repairs, medical bills, or legal costs out of pocket. Art's church had this coverage, and it made all the difference. The van repairs were fully covered, and it didn't affect their main policy. Uninsured or underinsured motorist coverage help with vehicle repairs when you are hit by an uninsured driver. Medical costs for passengers and legal expenses if you need to recover damages. If you are not sure whether or not your church has this coverage, it's time to call your insurance agent. While insurance coverage is always a good idea, prevention is also key. Smart churches lower their risks by screening drivers with a background check and a check of their driving record. They also offer defensive driving training and safety refreshers. And lastly, they establish clear rules. They define who can drive, how to limit distractions, and encourage drivers to follow all applicable laws. After Art's accident, his church implemented these prevention practices. It gave everyone peace of mind that safety was part of their stewardship. You may be asking yourself why all of this matters so much. Every week, church vans and buses roll across Texas carrying precious cargo, your people. Too many churches assume they're covered until an accident proves otherwise. In addition, cheap insurance isn't always good stewardship because it could end up costing you more in the long run. The right protection keeps your ministry moving forward safely and responsibly. At Insurance for Texans, we help churches across the state design auto coverage that actually fits their ministry. Through our True Texas Church Insurance Program, we make sure your drivers, vehicles, and mission are all protected on and off the road. Now, for a final question, if your church van got into an accident this week, do you know that it is covered? If you're not sure, let's fix that. Visit insurancefortexans.com to connect with our church insurance team. We will review your current policy and help you to close the gaps before a claim ever happens. Also, don't forget to grab our book, The Promise of Certainty, at thepromiseofcertainty.com. It is your guide to making clear, confident insurance decisions. I'm Ron Wadley, and this has been Faith, Stewardship, and Insurance, Protecting Texas Churches. Until next time, remember, preparation isn't fear. It's faithful stewardship in motion.
Thanks for listening to Faith, Stewardship, and Insurance. Until next time, remember, insurance isn't just about policies. It's about safeguarding the mission God has called you to lead.